Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today's video is the best lifetime ISAs in 2025. I've found the best lifetime ISAs that you can open this year to make the most of your money and of course to make sure you can get that £1,000 government bonus every year. So these are the best lifetime ISAs to open now. Before we get started, please take a second to like the video. Thanks for the like. If you want to stick around and see more from me, please subscribe. You can click subscribe just below to subscribe to the channel now. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Let's get into the video. So a lifetime ISA is of course a tax-free savings account that allows you to save for your first home or retirement, and every year that you pay in £4,000, which is the maximum that you can pay in, you receive a government bonus of £1,000. So you basically get a 25% return on your investment, and this is additional to any savings interest or stocks and shares capital growth that you might get from what you're putting into the lifetime ISA anyway. So it's a pretty amazing deal. That's why lifetime ISAs are really popular. So if you haven't bought your first home yet, or you want to save for retirement, then this could be a great account for that. There are loads of variables to consider when choosing a lifetime ISA. That's why I wanted to make this video, because I'm going to break down everything you need to know about these different ISAs and what's good about them and why you might want to think about opening these ones in particular. So without further ado, let's start going through them. I'll start with the cash ISAs. So these are the accounts where you're going to save your cash into them versus a stocks and shares ISA where you'll be investing the same cash. I'm going to go through them in interest rate order. It happens to be that the one with the highest interest rate is also my favourite, and it's where I have my lifetime ISA. So let's get started with the first one. My top choice is with Moneybox, and the interest rate on this is 4.7%. This is currently the highest interest rate that you can earn on a cash ISA. This is one of the best cash ISAs in my opinion. I have my lifetime ISA with Moneybox, and I transferred into their ISA about a year and a half ago, and during this time I've been really happy with it. If you're watching this video in March when it comes out, I will leave a link in the description box where you can get £20 free if you do decide to open a ISA with Moneybox. I'll update this link after this time, but if you do happen to watch this video in March, then worthwhile clicking on that link then so that you can get the £20 free. They don't often have promos, so I wanted to include it because if you're going to open it anyway, you might as well get some free cash. The minimum deposit is £1. You open and manage it in the Moneybox app. I'll show you on screen what the Moneybox app looks like. I think it's really user-friendly and modern, and I like that you can clearly see how much you have left to invest or save in that tax year, and then you can also see how much you have left of your government bonus. And it shows you when you're getting your government bonus paid, and it's all really clear, and that's what I like about it. Interest is paid monthly, and I can attest to the fact that your government bonus is paid really quickly, actually a lot quicker than I received it with my previous lifetime ISA provider. So that's something that's really good as well. If you're using your lifetime ISA to save for your first home, you can add your buying partner in the app as well, so you can see how much you're each contributing to your deposit. There are also some nice graphs that show how much your lifetime ISA savings have increased, and especially if you're getting the full government bonus every year of £1,000, then you can really see it start to add up, and I find that that can be quite motivating as well. They do allow transfers in, like I said, so if you've already got a lifetime ISA somewhere else, then you can transfer it over to them. I would just note that it does take some time to do that, so it might be that you do have to wait a few weeks. Your money is FSCS protected up to £85,000. And finally, I wanted to mention that the customer service is really good as well. Overall, that was my top choice for the best cash ISA. I'll leave a link to that one and all of the ISAs that I'm going to mention in today's video in the description box below. Let's go on to the next one, which also has a really high interest rate. The next one is with Tembo Money, and the interest rate on this one is 4.6%. So the interest rate at 4.6% is slightly lower than the Moneybox one. That's why this is in second place, because I also think this is a really good lifetime ISA. It may be that it goes into the lead in terms of the interest rate over the next few months, so I'll try and update the interest rates in the description box below. But without further ado, let me tell you about this one. The minimum deposit is £1 and you open and manage it in the app. They allow transfers in from existing lifetime ISAs and interest is paid monthly. Your money is FSCS protected up to £85,000. Tempo money are also backed by Aviva, one of the largest insurers in the world, and they are FCA regulated. I've been trialling one of their ISA products over the last few months because their cash ISA has a high interest rate. I wanted to see what it was all about, and I also really like this app. Their cash ISA interest rate is also 4.6% and they have same day withdrawals, so that's what I particularly like about it. And that's why I wanted to mention their lifetime ISA in today's video, because it does have one of the highest interest rates around and it's a really nice app to use. And their customer service is really good as well. The final cash ISA I'm going to tell you about is with a high street building society. I wanted to compare the two and show you what you can get with a high street building society. So this is the highest interest rate available with a high street bank or building society in a lifetime ISA product right now. It is much lower than what we've seen with Moneybox and Tempo Bank, but if you are looking for something that you can open in a branch or online, or you just want to open a LISA with a high street building society, then this could be for you. This cash LISA is with the Bath Building Society and the interest rate on this is 3.34%. The minimum deposit is £1 and you can open it online or go into one of their branches to open it. They don't allow transfers in, so if you do have an existing lifetime ISA, then you might want to consider any of the previous two that I told you about, because you can't transfer in to the Bath Building Society lifetime ISA. So this means that if you are a new LISA customer, then you can open one, but you just can't transfer one that you already have. Interest is paid annually and your money is FSCS protected up to £85,000. Those were all of the best cash LISAs that I wanted to tell you about. Now I'll tell you about my top picks of stocks and shares LISAs. I have a few stocks and shares LISAs to tell you about. The first one is a DIY investment approach, and then the second two are Robo investment options where you have ready-made portfolios to choose from. So there's something for everyone. These are all great options, but let me tell you about the first one. My top choice is with Hargreaves Lansdown. This is the DIY investment approach, but there are ready-made portfolios you can choose from and look at, and there are tons of resources on there to help you choose your investment if you want to as well. The minimum deposit is £100, or you can deposit £25 a month. The platform fee is 0.25% per year, and this is up to a maximum of £45 if you're investing in shares. One of the reasons that Hargreaves Lansdown is my top choice for a stocks and shares LISA is because it's actually really cheap in terms of the platform fee at 0.25%. If you are investing in a stocks and shares ISA with HL, it's 0.45%. So you can see it's actually quite a bit higher if you're investing in their ISA versus their LISA. So that's why I think it's a really good option, because it's actually one of the cheapest ways to invest in a LISA. And that saving really can add up over the years and it can really make a difference to your overall gains. With a stocks and shares LISA, you do have a few more fees to think about. Versus a cash LISA, it's just a simple savings account. This one, you have a few more fees to think about. So you have the platform fee, which I've already mentioned for Hargreaves Lansdown is 0.25%. You have fund charges if you are investing in funds, and then you will pay a fee to buy funds or buy shares. So with Hargreaves Lansdown, you don't pay any fees to buy and sell funds, and there is a charge of £11.95 if you want to buy and sell shares. If you just want to open a lifetime ISA and invest in low-cost index funds, then this is perfect because you don't pay a fee with HL to invest in funds. Fund charges do vary, of course, but Hargreaves Lansdown have negotiated discounts on lots of popular funds. For example, the Legal & General US Index, which gives you a small portion of the top 500 companies in the US, has a fund charge of 0.05%. If you are investing with this fund with a different provider, then you will pay 0.1%. So you can see that's quite a considerable saving of 50%. You open and manage the Hargreaves Lansdown ISA online or in the app. If you have any cash sitting in your lifetime ISA that's not invested, then you can also earn around 3% interest on that as well. And as I said earlier, it is a completely DIY approach to investing, so you can choose your own funds, or you can take a look at lots of ready-made portfolios on there, which can give you some ideas about what to invest in, or you can take a look at the Wealth Shortlist as well, which gives you top choices chosen by Hargreaves Lansdown financial experts, which could be a good place to start. If you go on there and just look for index tracker funds, then you'll find low-cost funds that are recommended by the experts. Can be a good place to start. It's all free, so it's worthwhile taking a look at if you're at first not sure what to invest in. Of course, there are tons of free resources on the internet as well, particularly on YouTube. So I'll link some videos above as well that might help you. If you're planning on investing in a stocks and shares LISA for a few years or even more than that, then I definitely think it's worthwhile considering this one because of the low fees. It's easy to use as well. I've invested with Hargreaves Lansdown for many years as well, and I can fully recommend them. I think if you already have an idea what you want to invest in, or you're not sure but you want to find out and you want to get access to a low cost LISA, then I think Hargreaves Lansdown is perfect for that. Let's move on to the next stocks and shares LISA, which does give you ready-made portfolios. It's more of a robo investing approach. It's with Moneybox and it's one of my top choices because if you're not sure where to start, if you don't know what to invest in, then it can be great for you. Or if you just want an approach to investing where you don't have to think about it too much, then it's quite good for that. The management fee with this one is 0.45% per year, and there is a fee of £1 per month as well. The 0.45% is as a percentage of your portfolio, so you will pay more the more you have invested, and then the £1 monthly fee is a flat fee that you pay anyway. The minimum deposit is £1. You open and manage the LISA in the Moneybox app, which is a really nice app to use. Fund charges do vary between about 0.1% up to about 0.8%. Those fund charges that are on the higher end do tend to be the ESG funds. The global index fund that I like to invest in my LISA is 0.12%. So there are low-cost index funds in their ready-made portfolios. You can choose your risk level and then that will determine what makes up your investment portfolio. So all you need to do is say what level of risk you're comfortable with, and this goes from adventurous at the top to cautious at the bottom. You can change it whenever you like, and you can actually change what's in your portfolio as well. If you don't want to invest in a certain thing or you want to invest more in something, then you can do that as well, which is nice. The best thing about it, I think, is the fact that it's really easy to use. All you do is choose your risk level and then you have a portfolio ready-made for you. If you do want to have a bit more input in it, you can as well. They pay 3% interest on uninvested cash as well. The final stocks and shares LISA that I want to tell you about to give you another option is with Nutmeg. The management fee on this one is 0.45% up to 0.75%, and this depends on what level of management you want for your portfolio, and the minimum deposit is £100. If you want your investment portfolio in your LISA to be fully managed and rebalanced every year for you without you having to take a look at it or do anything for yourself, then the fee for that is 0.75%, which is pretty high, of course. Whereas if you go for the fixed allocation where you would be investing in low-cost index funds, then the fee for that is 0.45%. You can open and manage this one online. Because the portfolios are ready-made, it's a hands-off approach to investing. You aren't paying any fees to invest in funds or shares like you would with the DIY one, the HL one. With this one, you don't pay any fees because it's kind of included in the price. The fund charges do vary. If you were to go with the fixed allocation one at 0.45% and invest in index funds, then the fund charges are between 0.25% and 0.4%, so these are on the higher end. I wanted to include this one to give you another option and to show you what else is out there and also allow you to compare between the three because they are really different. The fees are slightly higher with this one, definitely higher if you're going for the fully managed portfolio. But if you do want hands-off investing and you really don't want to have to touch or think about your investments too much, then it might be good for you. That's it for today's video. Those were the best lifetime ISAs in 2025. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you do open one of these lifetime ISAs, please leave a comment down below and let me know. I'd love to hear it. If you made it this far, please take a second to like the video. Thanks for the like, thanks for making it up to this point, and see you next time.